Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They help keep the channel alive and I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are new here, these are just a few of the things that I say on every video. So listen up. No, I'm just kidding. This is a broad spectrum reading. It's a daily forecast for everybody who watches this video. It is also a message for the highest good of the greater collective, right? So it's to let us know what's out there, what could be going on for us, what we might be facing, that sort of a thing. But if you're watching it, it's originally created for Monday the 4th. For those of us that watch on a regular basis, we're building upon the energy from the weekly forecast and everything that's going on this week. But for those of you that are watching on a date that's not Monday the 4th, that's completely fine. It may be a message for you that might apply to your life in the now, right? Whenever you are watching it. So you don't have to turn it off. I believe that Spirit has a way, like either our own higher self or our spirit guides have a way to, get certain songs to us or certain tokens like a feather, a penny, signs and stuff that kind of can wake us right up and connect us into that, right? And I believe that sometimes these videos, if they find their way into our feeds or we come across them, pay attention because there might be something that we need from them, right? So it is a timeless message in that regard. Use it whenever it best suits you and use it to the best of your ability and however what you see fit. It is a broad spectrum reading, so I speak in more broader tones because it's intended to reach, a multitude of people and hopefully be applied in different areas of different people's lives. So you have to figure out where it best applies in your life, right? If it doesn't apply or it doesn't really make sense what I'm saying to you, that doesn't mean that anything's wrong or that you're doing anything wrong. Just know that you might be working on something else at this time that might be different than the rest of the people that watch this video, than the majority of the people that may tune into this video. And that's completely fine, right? But if you do figure out where this fits or what I'm saying resonates with a certain aspect of your life, then I want you to always take your own use your own intuition and intelligence first and foremost in any given situation. Know that if you make any decisions in your personal life, after having watched any of my videos, you are solely responsible for those decisions, right? So there's an importance there. These readings are not necessarily intended to make the decisions for you. They're just here to sort of support you, give you insight, and maybe validate some of the things that you might have already known or been thinking about or feeling, right? And then we utilize that to sort of make our own informed decisions. So that's kind of the importance of that. And that's what a reading should, in my opinion, what a reading should do is to help assist but not make the decision for you. What was the other thing I was going to say? Also, as far as using your own intelligence and intuition first and foremost, I also want you to know to never take anything that I say in any of my videos over that of a professional in their field. So what I mean by that is a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. These are people that are professionals in their field. They've studied their craft. They know it for, they've spent a lot of money to understand the science or the business end of things. Always trust what they're telling you first and foremost over any, card reader or anything like that. Just basically be smart about your decision making, okay? So beyond all that, I'm really glad you all are here. Thank you for tuning in. Please, 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 I say this at the end of the video, and I think I need to say it at the start. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. It helps me out greatly. I need to know, A, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you're getting things out of the readings, but also YouTube knows from the amount of views versus the amount of thumbs up, whether or not my video is worth showing to other people that may not see my work. So if you are enjoying my work, please make it a habit to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. For those of you that have just stumbled upon my work, if you want to stick around and subscribe to the channel, I greatly appreciate that too. That helps me greatly. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I go live for like charm nights and things like that. And let's get into this for Monday the 4th. We had a really lovely, kind of long weekly, but I feel like we have this really lovely week ahead. So let's see what's going on in these cards. I'm excited to know. Okay, Page of Wands. Hi. All right, so Page of Wands is the element of fire and that of the spirit. Pages usually indicate sometimes a younger person, right? For some of you, I mean, usually court cards can indicate people, right? So we would say this would be like a younger person of the fire sign variety. We're talking Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Does not have to be, and pages can be male or female. They're pretty interchangeable. I try and keep flexibility there. So I kind of, when I'm looking at this as a daily forecast, I kind of interpret this as us, right? There might be something that we're looking for or desiring that we want to maybe start to take action on, that we feel inspired to do so. When I look at, we had a lot of cards yesterday, but we have that hermit energy that sort of is underlying this, right? And that's Virgo energy. And when I think about that hermit, I feel like the hermit is about going inward and doing that work, right? And so when we see this Page of Wands, what are we learning about ourselves? Where is the growth? The thing that's really drawing my attention is these beautiful little leaves that are growing on this wand, right? And this page is sort of studying this wand. And as he's studying it, I feel like these are almost sprouting out this growth, this new awareness of ourselves. The youthfulness or the sort of enthusiasm that I associate with the page cards says to me that through the work of the hermit, right? Through that deeper dive that we might be doing right now, through that reflection, we might be looking at the year that just passed, the year that's ahead of us, and getting excited about the new things to come. That would also be the enthusiasm that we see in the page, that desire to take action. We may not know all of these sort of steps yet. That's also the newness of this page. And we see these, like, I'm obsessed with these leaves right now. They keep really drawing my attention on that wand that he's holding. It's like we don't have, how do I want to say this? It feels to me like, and this is not a bad thing by any means, but it feels to me like we don't have all the information yet. And what I mean by that is like these leaves are still growing right in front of this page's eyes. I almost feel like they're moving on the card. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but to me, it feels like they're sort of growing in front of our very eyes, right? We might be evolving and changing in front of our own very eyes. And in the moment, as we pay attention to these changes through doing the work of the underlying hermit, right, which is that sort of deep dive into ourselves, that deep understanding and grounding within that understanding, it opens up the door, I feel, for this page to kind of step forward and to get excited about newness, get excited about new aspects of self, new desires, new opportunities, things that we want to maybe create that we didn't necessarily know were there, or that we were surprised to find within ourselves, right? The page to me kind of, I feel like, balances out that steadiness of the hermit. The hermit can be a little bit heavy, a little bit, I mean, it's never a negative card in that regard. I mean, it could come off as negative, but it's not really intended to be a negative card. To me, it's about deep understanding and knowledge of oneself, right? And doing that work that's involved in that. But when I look at this page and it being fire and the energy of the spirit, to me, that like is a nice balance between the earthiness of the hermit, right? So as we do the heavier work, or as we do the deeper dive, as we like reflect upon whatever it is we're going through this week or this month or in the last year, the page brings about this beautiful optimism about, okay, I'm excited about what the future may hold. I'm excited about the next steps I get to take. I'm excited about learning about how to get there. I'm excited about, maybe I don't even know where there is completely yet. There's something about these leaves on this wand that's growing right in front of this page. And I've never noticed these leaves on this wand before. But to me, it feels like it's growing right in front of our very eyes. So allow that to take place, right? And get excited about that. Feel that sort of enthusiasm. Feel that sort of excitement about maybe new things to come. Keeping that optimism, that's also very much a page quality, and then kind of remaining sort of teachable or being willing to be teaching. I feel is a definite willingness here, almost like the energy almost feels like not surprise in a bad way, but like surprise or fascination. Like, oh my God, I didn't know this about, and this to me feels like it's about ourselves. Like maybe it's something that we wanted or that we desire within ourselves. Because to me, I associate wands with desire too. So. If there's something that wasn't on the map originally or that we didn't see and here it comes, like I think that allow that excitement to sort of light the fire underneath us. we have some slow moving energy in the early part in the midweek, right? I'm just thinking about yesterday's forecast. We have that Hermit and we also have that Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this page kind of keeps us a little bit buoyant and keeps us a little bit moving forward and kind of balances that out. Be patient, right? We've got all, like, my feeling is we've got all the time in the world is what I want to say. And allow yourself to stay in that sort of wonder is a feeling that is a word that I'm getting with this. Excitement is a word that I'm getting with this. Fascination is a word that I'm getting with this. And what I love about it being sort of supported by that Hermit is this feels like this is about us, hopefully internally. Does that make sense? Like this awareness. And so hopefully we're watching or monitoring our own growth, studying it, appreciating it, seeing the beauty and value in that, honoring that for ourselves. That would be also this page. You know, maybe we're learning how to put ourselves in our own growth and progress first. And we're in the beginning stages of it. That could be this page, right? And as we do that, this page also assists that Hermit to kind of go deeper, to find more answers. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, guys. So let's do the clarifiers for this, and we'll build a little bit more on this guy and see where he wants to take us today. So we have the Emperor. Beautiful. This is Aries energy, very grounded. A number 4, which would be about stability. We see that stability also reflected, like I said, in the Virgo energy of the Hermit and also in the oncoming midweek energy of that Knight of Pentacles. I feel like Aries is also fire energy, which is that kind of nice blend of the Page of Wands, right? With the earthiness of the 4. Oh my God, does that make sense? It's almost, okay. If get with this idea for a minute. What I feel like the cards are telling me is that, like, the goal here is if the Hermit and the Page of Wands had a love child, it would be the Emperor when he grew up, right? In the sense that the Hermit is earth and that sort of deep understanding and knowledge and wisdom, right? That understanding of who we are truly and what it is that we desire and how we need to go about getting it. The Page of Wands is that optimism and that fire and that Aries energy, right? I associate the Hermit more with the number 4, which is card number 4, which is the Emperor. And then the marrying of the fire, which is the Aries energy of Emperor. It's kind of like this is what we can be if we put our knowledge and our self-awareness to good use, remain optimistic, stay in this sort of page energy as we do this self-reflection, as we bring forward the truth of who we really are or what we really feel, as we honor that and we study that or allow that to sort of take place in our space. We have the opportunity to maybe become like this Emperor, right? The Emperor doesn't cut corners. The Emperor has high expectations. He knows what he's worth. The Emperor is dynamic. He's that fiery Aries energy. He's going to get things done. He's always a fair and benevolent leader, right? But he's, I don't want to say nitpicky, but he has expectations we have to live up to. And that's the work that the Hermit has to do this week, right? That's the sort of deep dive that we have to take with the Hermit and the strength that we gain from utilizing that energy. Marry that to the optimism of this page and we have the beauty of this Emperor. So I feel like this card feels to me like this is our highest good or goal or what we can attain by channeling this optimism today and the sort of sacredness of the searching of the Emperor. Does that make, I mean, not the Emperor, the Hermit. Does that make sense? Let's look at the next card. So we have the Two of Pentacles. Again, earth energy. Pentacles, this is all about balance and kind of keeping things together. I also, now that I'm seeing this Two of Pentacles, I am going to say, I do feel like this Emperor card is our sort of highest potential as we move through the day. The Two of Pentacles feels to me like, I don't know why, but coupled with that Emperor, some of you, and it might be a very specific one of you, there might be some sort of issue with a job. I'm just hearing that right now. So I don't think that it's bad because I feel this sort of like this distinct optimism from this Page of Wands. But I feel like the juggling of the Two of Pentacles feels like we might be kind of trying to keep the peace with the boss, i.e. this Emperor. That might be a very specific one of you, right? But I feel like you will do it successfully. It just might be a little bit stressful for you today. If you're going into work and there's something that maybe you have to deal with your boss, I just want to holler out to you, stay optimistic, know who you are. That would be the hermit energy, and apply those things to you. Like, go in with this sort of sense of optimism, right? This hope. Know that new growth and opportunity is here for you. Maintaining this balance. And for those of you that this isn't work related, right? You can take what I'm saying to this work situation and apply it to other areas of your life. Maintaining this balance, although it might be challenging, to me, it feels like it's going to work out. And at times, I get this sense that he almost appears on the Two of Pentacles. I know he looks like he's juggling, but to me, it almost looks like at times he could be dancing, right? So there's a moment where we can actually enjoy some of the moments where we need to finesse things or work things out so that they assist us rather than hinder us. Does that make sense? The last card for the day is the Ace of Cups. So ultimately, this is beautiful. Aces always represent new beginnings. Cups is the emotions, right? So here is the overflow of emotions of feeling right on the money, having done the right thing, having made the right decision. I always affirm, or I always see aces as affirmative. So to me, if there are any sort of struggles today where we feel like we might have to manage things, that's that Two of Pentacles in the center there. We're going to be successful with it. That's the feeling of not only the Emperor on one side, but we have the Ace of Cups on the other. So if we keep that steady mind about ourselves, we don't get too pessimistic. That's the Page of Wands energy too. We want to maintain an optimism versus a pessimism, and then take on the day from our highest, truest sort of self. We will learn things about ourselves today, right? There's opportunities to learn where we best deal with things, or how we best deal with things, how we we can manage situations, people, decisions, right? That would be that Two of Pentacles. It may not always be sort of the most fluid or easy of process, but when we slip into that sort of openness in a way, we can be successful with whatever we attempt to face or take on. There's also that Emperor energy speaks to the idea that we have this beautiful ability to really show up for others if we choose to. But first and foremost, we need to show up for ourselves. And that is that Ace of Cups energy too, right? Honoring that within us. So hopefully, to me, I'm kind of seeing the Ace of Cups by day's end, right? Where, throughout the day, we're going to feel emotionally, hopefully satisfied. That Two of Pentacles does feel a little bit like there might be some topsy-turviness going on, or some, oh shit, I gotta, make sure I call this person back kind of energy. But ultimately, you will have done the day right. You will have moved through correctly. You will be able to look back on whatever it is that you dealt with today, and hopefully you did keep that optimistic spirit about you, and you will end up feeling good by day's end. All right, so let's look here at what is the grounding stone. Okay, the grounding stone is believe. So we want to stay open to this idea of belief, right? Sorry, this is not going to stay up. It's all slick. The ability to believe, or the idea of belief, is, I think, a very strong intentional energy, even though it's not sort of solidified yet, right? And so what we believe in is kind of, I always have said this, what we believe we receive, right? And so with this Page of Wands, this optimism and this openness, we need to understand that where we put our focus, where we put our attention, where we put our expectation, and our belief is going to be what we receive more of. To me, it feels like we're going to do that in a very right way today. I'm really hoping that's the case, especially with the Hermit underneath all of this. I feel like we need to, search ourselves deeply, but don't be too judgmental of ourselves. Don't be, that Emperor energy could be a little bit of judgment, or a higher standard that we hold ourselves to. It's okay to maintain that high standard, but have some flexibility is almost the feeling I'm getting, especially with that Two of Pentacles. Balance things out. Keep things moving, keep it feeling good, and remember, what we focus on, what we believe, how we believe is going to also affect our feelings, our success, our ability to manage these situations. Ultimately, when I look at these cards in this run, I feel like we are going to be able to work really well and accomplish the things we need to accomplish today. The strength card, the strength stone is underneath all of this. So remember, for those of you that feel like that Two of Pentacles is really rearing its head and you're juggling and trying to maintain and keep everything balanced, and you might be struggling a little bit, or you might be on the more judgmental aspect of that Emperor, remember how strong you are, right? Keep focus on that and believe in that strength that we saw, because remember, we're ending out the week on that strength card too, so there we need to stay with that this entire week, right? And the strength of our own beliefs and what we believe in. Do we believe in ourselves, right? And I think with the Ace of Cups, it says to me at maybe some point today, you will actually be able to have that. And that might feel like a very new emotional feeling. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, right? Because new beginnings always come with aces. So there might be a new way to bond with ourselves, or by the day's end, we understand and are able to believe in ourselves and our own ability. The Emperor, the Page, even the Two of Pentacles wants to show us that. All right, so that is your forecast for the day, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm just going to reiterate, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel greatly. And hit subscribe if you want to come back. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live. I'm here every morning in the chat when the video goes live, just to answer any questions and say hello. I really appreciate all of you tuning in. And thank you so much for coming by, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. There's also, pick a cards and things like that, so check out the channel. You can look at your monthly forecast too by sign. Those are available to you too. And again, always use your highest intelligence and intuition in making any decisions, okay? So have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay strong, and remember to believe in yourself first and foremost. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.